I don't care for her. So.
Oh, we're live. I just pressed go live. Hi, everybody. Okay. Welcome. Sorry about that. We are. Right. We were talking backstage, and then all of a sudden, boom! I went live. So that's all good. It's fun. It's all good.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday, everybody. So welcome. I'm Teri, holding your space, and this is Aley, Heart and Soul Connected, who just had a big channelversary not long ago, and really hit some really big numbers. So very
really big show.
Really big. So thanks for still coming on here.
Yeah, no. Anyway. I could have 400 million and I'd still be here.
Oh, I love that. I love that. Yeah. So we've got today is Oracles and Archetypes. So if anybody wants a reading, feel free to post it in the comments, and we can do that. But also, we'll tell you a little bit about who we picked today to go with. Hey, Diana, how are you?
Hi,
beautiful?
Diana. Hi, Jules.
Hi, Julie. Yay. So good to see you.
Tammy, nice to see you. Yeah.
Hi, Tammy. Yeah. Everybody's got some amazing stuff that they're doing. Hi, Ness, like bringing in so much information in chat. So thank you all. It's really been great.
God, yes. It's been fabulous. I've noticed it. Just the things that are added to the conversation that are things that we haven't heard before, things that make it more interesting or whatever. It's wonderful. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it's really been cool. Yeah. Right, Ness, the rose background. It will give you a little something.
Remember, we're the American beauties. We're the American beauties. So, and I'll give you a little bit of rose-colored glasses. So,
I love those. I love those.
I love buying stuff that's cheap from Shine that is fabulous. Also, that's just fun. Yeah,
those are fabulous. You could easily wear those out. Yeah. There used to be a thing called was made out of Helen. I can't remember her last name. Anyway, it was glasses. And she had this theory that everybody could look out of a different color glass and see different things. And each person's brain responded differently, like rose colored or blue colored, and them had different things on them. And it was really interesting. Anyway,
Helena Rubinstein is who you
mean. It should have been her. Yeah. That would be the lipstick, right, Diana? Yeah. That's for me, baby. So, so hi to everybody today. We've got Tammy here, and Diana, and Julie, and Ness, and Marjorie. Hello, Marjorie. Lottie B. Hey, Lottie. NSYNC. Hello, NC. American Beauties. That's us.
Yeah, that's us.
Long time no see. Hi, Paul. I'll go ahead and I'll start starring things, and then tea garden chicken. Get out! I love that.
I know, isn't that great? Cool. Tea garden chicken. I know.
Garden chickens are so cute, but I love that. And clean music lover. That's great. Cheryl. Wow, there's a lot of people coming in. So hello, everybody. She had endorsed many products. Helen Aaron, I think it was her name, Aaron Black or something. Anyway, but it was a thing. And we went to this brain scientist in Kansas, and it was he said he had gotten his doctorate, and his thesis was he was going to disprove her. And he found out that they worked. And so if you had a learning disability or something, and my son had learning disabilities, so we went to him, and he got a pair of glasses from him. They were amazing. Okay, so I don't know why I went there, but
that's okay. That's what this show is all about. We have tangents.
Yeah.
She had these cat eye ones. Is that what it was, Paul? Yeah. These are they're plastic, but they're just really fun. The only problem with them is I can't see to read anything because I need my regular glasses. So they're more for just that look,
Yeah. 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 Diana's got a big birthday coming up.
She does. She does.
Yeah, 2 more days, and my
Uh-huh.
daughter's tomorrow. They are, twins. They're the Gemini twins.
There we go.
And it's
There.
funny because, of course, Diana also, is her astrologer, and
Correct.
and so, she's like, they both have so many of the same planets.
Really? Oh,
Yeah,
that's awesome.
yeah.
Mhm.
Well, we all have the same
Mhm.
planets, but in the same places. So,
Uh-huh.
oh my gosh, Anna,
Yes.
your
And
birthday is tomorrow too.
yep.
Happy
Yes.
birthday. Yeah,
Uh-huh. That's
yeah,
great. Yep.
yep, rocking it.
Yeah.
Everybody's
Hi,
rocking it.
Lori. Lori's good to see you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, everybody. Wow.
So,
I yeah.
do you want to go first, or would you rather that
I
I go?
will. So let me just duck out here for just 1
Okay.
second.
She's going to back to hair and makeup. Hi, Mary. How are you? Juanita's here. Hey, Juanita. Nice to have you here. So, yeah, it's nice to have everybody here. And I'm going to a celebration. Oh my gosh, there she is. I love it.
So if you remember the woman that used to do this all the time, that's who I'm doing today. She had longer hair though. Yeah, I've been busy, Carl. I have so many props, it's unreal. All right. So, oh, that's why Gerald and I get along so well too, because he has a million props. Anyway, if you can't figure out who I am, do 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 do. They're creepy and they're kooky,
Yeah.
mysterious and
Think
spooky. They're all together ooky, the
the
Addams
Addams
Family.
Family. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God. Um, one of my very favorite shows was thanks, Carl. It was the Addams Family. And I know that a lot of you have been watching oh, what was the daughter's name? Wednesday. You've been watching
Oh
Wednesday,
my
the newer
god,
show
that's
that's on TV.
so good.
But you know, I have to go back to before Angelica Houston or Catherine Zeta-Jones or anybody else played the part to Carolyn Adams, because she was the original Morticia Adams. And she was, of course, Carolyn looks a lot better than I do because she's pale, but she's not, you know, anyway,
She's
it's all
also
good.
10, you know?
It's true. But I her maiden name was Frump, and I find that so fascinating because she's not a frump, even though she was kind of a person that really was did everything backwards, so to speak. And if you remember how she used to feel really bad about her daughter, the one that was normal, because she was so
Oh,
ugly.
Marilyn.
Yeah,
Marilyn.
Marilyn was poor
Yeah,
Marilyn. She was just so ugly. She, you
yeah.
know, we have to be extra kind to her. So yeah, Morticia and Gomez, Lurch, Cousin It, Grandmama. There was Ophelia, who was also played by her, Carolyn Jones. That was her sister in the show.
Oh,
And then Uncle Fester. Oh my God! But just a bunch of fun. Yeah.
yeah. They
And yeah, and Christina Ricci does play on that Wednesday show, and she does a really beautiful job doing that, because she, and so did oh, the gal that played Wednesday, Lisa, was it Lisa Loring or one of the Loring girls, I believe, that played that.
I
And
don't
Thank
know.
You Thing, remember?
Mhm.
And then there was the Venus flytrap.
Oh my
And
god.
I said to Teri, this is the perfect background here, because remember when Morticia went into her what do you call it, solarium, and she would pick the roses, and then she'd cut the tops off, and she would keep all the stems, and she would put them in the water because she didn't want the. It was just so much fun. It was
Yeah.
just so much fun. Um, but I didn't really know the background of, because this was in 1964 when this first came out. And this is actually, Morticia was considered in 1933 in the comic strip. She was the matriarch of the Addams family, and she was very, very quiet. And she was low-voiced. Her smiles were rare. And I love this. She loved her deadly nightshade, henbane, and dwarf's hair, and eye of newt. Remember eye of newt?
Eye of newt, yeah.
Generally indulgent of the sinister activities of the children, but feels Uncle Fester has to be held in check because Uncle Fester's too wild. It's always the same form-fitting black gown, tattered or cut in ribbons at the elbows and her feet. Sometimes she'd wear a shawl. And she's a thoughtful hostess. And remember, every time she said, Voobaloo to Gomez, Tish, when you speak French, it drives me wild. And you'd have to kiss her up the arm 100 times, kiss her up the arm. So she first appeared in the Charles Addams newspaper cartoons as the stern, aloof matriarch. And she appeared with the rest of the family, but she was only one that would talk. The rest of them didn't talk, apparently, in the comic strips. She was the mother of Wednesday, Pugsley, and Pubert Addams. I don't remember that. So, but Marilyn was the niece, I think. Yeah. I don't think Marilyn was the daughter. Yeah, and I didn't know anything about Pubert Addams. It says in the cartoons none of the family members had names, but the selection of her name was inspired by mortician. That's what which makes sense.
Yeah.
Her maiden name was Frump. She had a sister, Ophelia, which I already said. Her mother is Hester Frump and was played by Margaret Hamilton. Now that makes complete sense, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Wizard of Oz, right? I could see her. I could see her, Miss Gulch, as being Morticia's mother. I could see that. I mean,
was she also one of the Wicked Witches?
Yes, she was a Wicked Witch, but she played Miss Gulch on the Kansas side. Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember when she was riding the bike?
Yeah.
Let's see. Grandmama is actually Morticia's mother, not Gomez's mother, while Fester is Gomez's brother, not Morticia's uncle. So there are some differences in family and how they work. Anyway, her personal pet is Cleopatra, a fictitious breed of carnivorous plant called the African strangler, and she feeds it hamburgers and other meat. I remember her doing that.
Yeah.
Feeding this. Yeah. She is described as a witch. She wears a black pointed hat sometimes. Her family tree is traced back to Salem, Mass. She also likes to smoke. And if you remember, she would go like this and she would start to smoke. Her body would smoke. She wasn't smoking. Her body would smoke.
Wow.
Well, Gomez had he had the cigars, I believe. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there were just so many things about them that are so fabulous. And it's Daryl Hannah played her in a movie in 1998. And probably had a black wig on, of course. Morticia was voiced by Janet Waldo in a first animated series. And then there was a musical, Morticia, played by Bebe Neuwirth. And she's the one that played Lilith was the ex-wife of Frasier.
Yeah. And she was quite a Broadway star, or is quite a Broadway star.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I didn't know that about her. Okay, that's good to know. Catherine Zeta-Jones, which is a really good look. I could see her as I agreed. There's certain people you can just see that would fit that mold, or that they could make fit that mold.
Yeah.
Yes, Gomez did think she was smoking. Yeah. Well, anyway, when it first came out, it was just an unusual show, and the fact that it was in black and white, because that's what they did then, made it even more interesting, I think. It was lots of fun. So I'm going to go away and play with my hair now.
Yeah.
I'm going to flip my wig. My wig. All right.
Didn't they do some movies too? And it seems like I remember going to the theater.
Oh, really?
And and watching the movies.
Yeah.
But she was stunning.
She was stunning. And John Astin really played a great Gomez, I thought.
Oh my
I know
God.
later on it was the Spanish actor. He's since passed as well, but
Yeah.
Raul Julia,
Now
Raul
Juliet.
Julia
Ah,
played him.
incredible
And
actor.
anyway,
Now,
thank you, dear.
I've just been sitting there staring at her and thinking how many young girls look like her now. Like the
Very true.
eyebrows and the lips and the pale face and the dark hair.
Yep.
That's such kind of goth, but goth is back in again.
It is back
And
in. And
yeah.
that wasn't her hair. That was just wigs, but it
Oh,
looked like her hair. It
yeah,
really
they did
did.
a great
Yeah.
job.
Yeah.
They did a
Yep.
great job. Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah. Well,
Mhm. Oh, he's Puerto
Valdivia
Rican.
was Puerto Rican. Cheryl
Okay.
said that she used to watch it in Spanish.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I
That's
loved it.
awesome.
I
That's
bet it was
awesome.
beautiful in Spanish too.
I bet it was too.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
such a beautiful language.
Lurch. Paul, it was Lurch. You rang. Remember him?
Yeah. Oh, that's right. And he was so tall. And did he have things on his neck like Frankenstein, or was that
No, that was the
maybe not
Munster
him?
guy. The
That was the
Munster guy
Munster
did
guy.
it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah. The ultimate gothic queen. We're back.
Definitely. Definitely.
Yeah.
That's,
Yeah.
oh.
Oh, Sandy, your humanities teacher went on a trip to Cuba with a group of teachers, actors. One of them was Uncle Fester. My teacher said Uncle Fester cried at the beauty of the young women in Cuba. Oh, that's kind of cool.
Wow. And Thing. Yes, Thing. Just a hand.
Yeah. Wow.
Thank you. And Cousin It. The first light language reader. Cousin It.
Right? Yeah. Cousin It.
Cousin It. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
I
got to dash to the restroom. I'll be right back. It's your turn anyway.
I got it. I got this. Yeah. Let me get my show up here. Let's see. Where are we? Dum, 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 dum. Oh, I've got more stuff up than I thought, everybody. Sorry. Oh, there she is. Okay, got it. And see if I can get that up. So anyway, okay. I am doing a young woman. Oh, and that's the wrong one. Doggone dirty dogs. Okay, I'll just be a second, you guys. It takes me a minute, and I think this is Gemini. Something going on with Gemini being cantankerous today for me. That's the wrong one. Oh, it doesn't matter. I'll just do her. Okay, so I did mine on Gidget. Because Gidget has a special thing for me. I was in love with Gidget. When I was like maybe 10 years old, we took a trip to Florida, and it was the first time I'd ever seen the ocean. Well, we were in the Gulf of Mexico, but my uncle lived down there, and he lived in Panama City or Panama Beach. And it was like that white sugar sand and the blue, sky blue Gulf. And it was so beautiful. And this was like back in the 70s. And Panama Beach back then was like, you'd go to a surf shop and it was like on the sand. Mm-hmm. And it was just the old world of the sand and listening to music and being down there. That was it. I spent the whole summer with them. I never wanted to come home. I cried like a baby when I had to go home. And then I was watching Gidget all the time. And so Gidget is a fictional character created by author Frederick Kohner about his teenage daughter, Kathy. It was based on a 1957 novel, Gidget, the Little Girl with the Big Ideas. And Frederick, the author, had been in Germany as a screenwriter and an actor. And he saw things coming. He was Jewish, and they immigrated to the United States. At which time he was writing a lot of screenplays and whatnot for the movie theaters. And they lived in, what's it called? Malibu. Mm-hmm. And his daughter fell in love with the ocean too. And his daughter back then in the 60s was like surfing, and I guess it was the 50s, late 50s. And she was surfing and she became the prototype or his muse for these books and these movies. And she was like, she didn't realize that she wasn't, a star, or she couldn't do what the boys could do. And she was only 5 foot tall. So she was a lot smaller than everybody. And she was about the only girl out there. Anyway, it was all based on that. And I thought that was really interesting.
Mhm.
And then he sold his right before they started making the movies. But he sold it for pretty good money. He sold it for
Okay.
$50,000, and $50,000 back then was about $500,000 now.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, and it was anyway. So it's the boys only sport that she was in, and I thought that was just really interesting. And then it went on, and we had all the movies and Sandra Dee, Sally Fields. There were a
Yeah.
lot of famous people that played her, but I love the thought that she was such a cute girl. She loved the ocean. She could compete with the boys,
Uh-huh.
and she looked darn good doing it.
She did. She
She
did.
still looked like a woman. So I'm
Uh-huh.
going to try to present her picture again. I don't know if I'll get it or not. Oh, here she is. I don't know how that didn't show up. Nope. Okay. I'll try sharing that. Nope. Still not coming. Well, wait a minute. Nope. Not going to get it. That's all right. We'll just go without it. So, yeah, not going to do her. So, anyway, oh, thanks. That's so sweet. Ness is talking about booking a thing with us. Yeah. So, thank you, Ness. That's very kind. Paul says, we love Little House on the Prairie. Just turned the big 50 and love it. Yeah. And Little House on the Prairie was one of Paris's aunts was on there, right? Paris Hilton, one of her
Uh-huh.
aunts was on Little House on the Prairie.
Oh, she was? I had no idea.
Yeah, I
Really?
think it was Kim. She was one of the Beverly Hills housewives, one of the first ones.
Okay.
But
Okay.
anyway,
Wow.
it was
Yeah.
interesting.
Kyle
So
Richie's aunt. Okay. Wow.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Moondoggy, right? Moondoggy.
Right.
And then they had all the surf music too that was so popular back then. I loved that. And
The original Gidgets she was a little blonde, and she in the movies, I remember.
yeah.
And James Darren played Moondoggy, I believe.
Oh, I forgot about that. He was so
And
good looking.
I loved him on the Time Tunnel, the old TV show where he would go into this tunnel and end up in a different place in time or whatever. But I didn't know they were all childhood actors. Okay.
Yeah.
But then when Sally Field took over, I loved her I loved her actually more. Was it Sandra Dee that played Gidget? I can't even remember. It was a blonde woman.
Sandra Dee played
It was.
Gidget.
Okay. Yeah.
There were a few people that played her. Yeah,
Okay.
it was a few people. But they did an article in Vanity Fair about Kathy, the girl that it was based on.
Okay.
And she just turned 80 not long ago. And I know, right?
Yeah.
And she's still surfing, or she was. So,
Really?
yeah, really incredible.
Okay.
That stayed in
That's
her blood, that
yeah.
water. I feel like that about the ocean, even though I live in the Midwest, and
I do too.
I do have a hot tub, but I
Mhm.
feel like I need that time to be around the water
I
and
agree with you that
expand.
there's something about the sea air as well
Yeah,
and you can't get it here like you can get it in California or in Florida or the East Coast. Here, it's
yeah,
wonderful, but it's a different sea. It's
yeah,
different. So,
yeah.
yeah.
Now you've got that Northwest that's kinda like
Yeah.
reminds me a little. Well, I haven't been there yet. I'm still gonna go there.
Yeah, coming soon. You got to
I
come
know.
because Randy's on her way. Randy's coming up here very soon.
Oh,
Yeah.
now you
Yes.
really have to.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep. Definitely.
Oh,
Yeah.
Frankie. Avalon. That's right,
Oh, it
Diana.
was Frankie Avalon. Well, who did
He was
James
in
Darren
there
play
too.
it on the show? I can't
I
remember.
think so on one of them.
On
Yeah.
one of them.
Yeah,
It
'cause
was
they
that
had
guy. Oh no, I'm thinking about Richard, who was on the Patty Duke show.
oh,
Remember that? Yeah. All
yeah.
those shows had these cute little girls, just these really cute little girls that played the parts. Patty Duke and Sandra Dee and Gidget. So yeah.
And they were a little ornery, like they weren't
Oh yeah, they were
necessarily.
pistols. They were
Yeah.
pistols. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And
Hmm.
and even Sally Field when she played the nun, the,
Yes,
the
yeah.
flying nun. Yeah, she was
Sister
so
Bertriel. Yes, yes, yes.
yeah, yeah.
Uh-huh.
James Darren was with Sandra Dee.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
Annie. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, you like Murder, She Wrote, all the English murder mysteries? Yeah. Oh my God, I love the
Have you
English.
noticed that the Brits have more murder mystery shows than any other country? And it has something to do with the omnious. I can't think of
Ominous?
the word. It's ominousness of the dark sky and the fog and all that stuff, I think.
That makes sense. That
Yeah.
makes sense. Yeah. It's and Debbie Reynolds. That's right,
Oh,
Tammy. Oh my
Tammy, that's another
God.
one there was Tammy. Yes.
Oh,
I had a
yes.
Tammy doll. I did. I had a Tammy.
Tammy. I remember that song so well.
Yeah.
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 That
Uh-huh.
was so good. And Agatha Christie, I loved her too.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we watched that Brit Box a lot, that
Oh,
Brit
good.
Box,
Yeah. Yeah.
and it's really good. It's
Oh, yeah.
really good.
Frankie was with Annette Funicello in Beach Blanket Bingo. That was another young little frisky girl.
Yeah.
It's always those. And that was all around, let's say, the mid 60s to early 70s time period. So you had a lot of those girls. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Debbie Reynolds. She was pretty. Yeah.
Debbie Reynolds was a smart cookie. Like, she was a smart businesswoman. She knew
Mhm.
how to put things together. I think she started buying up all the costumes and the props
Yeah.
years ago, like, they just toss them, and she was
Oh,
buying them up, and she had warehouses filled with them, and I think she had, like, a museum in
did
Vegas
she?
or
Oh,
something.
wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
and did something with them, but she was quite the businesswoman.
Hmm. That's
So
cool. Yeah.
oh,
Oh.
yeah. Yeah. Hey, Christine.
Yes,
Yeah,
and that
so
was one of the Musketeers. Yeah. Yeah. I
yeah,
remember. I remember.
yeah. They were good. They were all good.
I agree.
Yeah. So,
Tammy was in
anyway,
the 50s? Okay. It might have been, but maybe it was that I watched the movies, and in the 60s, I watched the movies, but yeah.
maybe that was it. Yeah, or
Is
maybe
that
we
who
watched
you
the
were named
rerun.
after, Tammy? Were you named after, that Tammy character? Because I named my daughter Katie after Katie and my 3 sons. So
Oh, I love that. I love that. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Hey, hugger greeter. How you doing? Good to see you.
Oh, you were? Okay. That's
Yeah.
cool, Tammy. That's cool.
Yeah, I
Mm.
love that. Okay. So we have now that's good. But okay, I didn't do my
I
archetypes.
didn't
Did
do
you do
mine either,
yours?
so I'm gonna say Morticia is the queen. She's a
Yeah.
shapeshifter. She's a rebel because she does everything. She's kind of the fool because anybody coming in from the outside would think this woman's crazy. And she is a mother. That's what I get. What do you get?
Mhm. Well, I get that I didn't pull any, but I get that she's the athlete. Um
Okay.
and she's kind of the like I don't know if it'd be shapeshifter, but like she does things that others she's the advocate. I'll say that. She's
Yes.
definitely the
See, she's
advocate.
also, isn't she the girl next door, even though there isn't a card for that?
Yeah,
Isn't she?
she is
Yeah.
the girl next door. Yeah,
Mhm.
she's really beautiful. And I'm gonna say she's the goddess too,
Mhm.
and the athlete. So there we go. That's
Excellent.
plenty of them. The athlete as well.
The athlete.
So
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, she was something. I was in love with her lifestyle. I don't know
Uh-huh.
why I'm not living on a beach. I have no idea the more I talk about this. So Anyway.
So maybe you're finally getting the message that they've been trying to tell you forever and ever. I don't know why I'm not living with black long hair and cutting off the tops of roses. So maybe I need to. Matt Gates looks like Morticia's son. Yes. He also looks like Fred Munster. He really looks like Munster. Yeah.
He does. He does, because he looks like a little boy, doesn't he? Yeah.
He's creepy.
Yeah, not aging well. Yeah. Yeah, not a good thing.
No.
But I will have to say, Aley, you look great. So yeah. Really amazing.
If I step out in the sun and I take a video, you can see all the roads and freeways. But they're all places I've been.
We worked hard for those, right?
We did.
Oh, Eddie Werewolf. Yeah, werewolf. Right, Tammy? Beach house in Mexico.
Eddie Munster was a werewolf. He kind of looked like a werewolf. He did. Eddie. And
yeah, he really did. That's funny. Hey, Gerald. I heard you guys had a lot of laughs today.
We really
on
did.
Your channel.
We
yeah.
did.
Yeah, I love that.
We were celebrating Pride as well. And I am Aley the Ally. So yes.
Oh, I love that. Who all was on with you? It
was Richie from Longman Tarot and
I love
Gerald from Tarot Stash. Yeah.
I love that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's great. Okay, well, we've got a few things done here. Yeah, a few questions. Paul, hello, Teri and Aley. Anything going on with me that you guys can see? Thank you and love the show.
Let's see, Paul. You look fabulous. All right, let's see what we got. Oh no, it was Billy Crystal. You look marvelous. Remember that?
My God,
you look marvelous.
I love him. Right? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. He was amazing.
He was.
Or is amazing.
He is. Very amazing. All right, Paul. I'm glad, Paul.
Paul, do you have like some choices coming up? Like they're showing me one long road and then it breaks up into two different parts. Like you could go either direction. So and you have two pacemakers. Really?
Two?
I look at you and I get this really young energy.
I do too. I do too.
Really young energy. Yeah. Oh wow. Well, you've got Archangel Michael with you.
All right.
So wherever you're going, you're
with you.
Completely protected. Yeah. And divine protection, cords cut, breakthrough energy. Sometimes when you're having a breakthrough, then look at the top of the sword, those wings. Yeah. It's like you got a choice coming up of which way you want to go. So it looks good. Soul star activation, fulfilling soul contracts, remembering who you are. And I love that because there you are. And that's like, the violet flame right up there. Beautiful, beautiful energy and a winged one. So it looks like something good's coming up. You're 58, which is a spring chicken, Paul.
It is a spring chicken, Paul. Yeah. When I was 58, I didn't think so. But I do now. You shift your perspective the older you get.
Yeah.
And you also shift it out the other way. It's like, 98? They were only 98. Oh, that's pretty
so young.
Sad.
Yeah. So young.
So I'm getting here, Paul, you need to cut out any distractions that are getting in your way. In other words, you're not listening. You need to listen to what it is that you're being told. And so don't let the interference get in the way of making decisions. And it says that if you take risk, you will definitely get a reward for it. Look at the apple for the teacher here. It might be that you are questing for certain knowledge. And if you're reaching out and working to get that knowledge, you should be able to be a success at it. And finally, I got spirit echoes The past, resonance, memory, return, and messages. It says to listen to the divine. Isn't that beautiful? So there you go. And you've got the right over your third eye, you've got the beautiful crown here. But I'm thinking, take the headphones off, even if they're metaphoric. They may not be real headphones. It just might be that they have a message for you and they want you to make sure you hear it. So
yeah, might be unplugging too.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
You know, that's hard to do sometimes in this day and age.
It
Like,
is.
I never would have thought
No,
it,
you're right.
but
Yeah.
it is, because it's so interesting, everything that's going on.
Yep, I
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Next we have dun, 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 dun. Carl. Any new messages from my guides?
Yeah, would you put some clothes on, Carl? Really? These are mixed company here, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. That's like at the lake, all the kids were always walking around. Hey, anybody need a beer? You know, and we're like, the dads were
I
always out
remember
there at the lake.
this is when my son, we lived in Panama City Beach, so you're talking about it earlier.
Oh,
and we
beautiful.
were down there, and there was a guy that was selling hot dogs down there. And he came out from behind the hot dog wagon, and he had a thong on.
Oh, God.
And my son was about 5 or 6 years old, and he goes, "Ew, who wants to buy a hot dog from him?"
Did you turn around and walk away then, or did you buy him?
We
from
didn't
him?
want a hot dog anyway, but it was just the fact that he kind of thought, that man, how did that man get those clothes on and then wash his hands? I think that was what was in his mind. Oh,
He
okay,
said,
Carl. Good.
I am
Well,
fully clothed with the sweater on.
I don't know
couldn't
here,
even see
Carl. There's
that.
a picture of you here with nothing on. So yeah.
There you go. Yeah. There, yeah. When we lived in South Florida, it was like that. It was, there were always a lot of girls out. I always wonder about them now, like out in bikinis, with a hot dog stand, which was probably they were probably making good money.
They probably made good money.
You see a
This
lot
guy,
of people sitting around. Yeah. And they were talking to him. And I thought, well, better than working in a club or something. Work during the day, outside all day. So anyway, Carl says, usually Aley, not tonight.
Okay. I'm just picking on your avatar. That's all. All right.
Yeah.
All right, Carl. So I see a new life emerging. There's lots of potential and there's some change around the corner. So I think with regard to that money situation, look at the egg is there. So it's got fertility on it. I love that. So there you go with that. It can be a double-edged sword. And I think we went over this in the last reading. And this is what's really interesting. It's carrying through. You have had some injustice with payments. And it's going to be time for you to step up and speak your truth. And that's exactly what you were told in the other reading that you had. And that's a double-edged sword because, I had an injustice with the Department of Unemployment. I had to do a phone hearing with them, and I was a mess because I don't like advocating for myself. And I did hear that I won the case and everything is fine now. However, it was a double-edged sword. I got myself all tied up in knots. And that was, I had that happen. Then I had all the electrical, and then I had other things happen. So it was a hard thing to deal with. But it says, look for subtle clues, Carl. Some kind of tactile or gentle, sublime clue is going to come through for you that hopefully will help you to solve the problem, or maybe ingratiate you and you'll be able to spill the beans. Oliver answered, okay. By
Good.
Monday.
Good.
Carl, I'm real happy for you. That's a long time to wait for a repayment.
Yeah, it is a long time.
Annie got a new name.
She did.
Yeah.
Right?
Love it, Annie. Sorry.
Yeah. Diana says synchronicities for you, Carl.
That's right.
So I get magic and that's a new doorway coming up. So that sounds like somebody paying you up, because it's a golden doorway too, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And again, you get an open door. So things are opening. And it's blue skies behind that open door. So whatever's been hanging over your head, it's coming in.
Mm-hmm.
And that's because you set your intentions.
There you go, Carl.
Yeah.
And he has been.
Yeah. Yeah. You got her done. So it's been 1.5 years to make this guy pay up. Oh my gosh, Carl.
Yeah, that because he said, who will pay first, this one or this one? And we seemed to think that Oliver was going to do it. But I hadn't heard. So that's good. All right.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow, Carl. Yeah, that's tough, man.
That's letting it go, Carl. After you do it, say it, let it go, then it comes in. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, it makes a huge difference. Wow. Well, that's great. Well, that's all the questions we have right now. So unless I missed somebody, let me know, you guys. But
I thought I did think Ness had one there.
Oh, okay. Ness, did you? Okay, I'm missing people then. If anybody's got a, yeah.
Let's see if I'll help you look. All right.
Thanks. Mary Hartman. Oh my God, right? I just saw that. Yeah.
Mary. And remember, the show at night, Fernwood Tonight. And there was a guy's name that was really funny in that. I can't think of it. But Martin Mull played in that. He was the what do you call it? The dude that did the show. You did the night show. Yeah. Yeah.
He was really good.
He was
really good.
He was. Yeah. Oh my God. I forgot about that one.
Huh. Yeah.
I think she had something. She wanted to know what was coming up or something. I don't know.
Huh. Well,
anyway, put it back up if you wouldn't mind, people, if we can't find you. Oh, there's one from Tammy. Yeah. Tammy is in need of some prayers for her husband, and also the intense energies. So let's just put it out there. Yeah, we have them too. Boy. Whew. Yeah.
Advice from the archangels about the intense energies we are struggling through.
Absolutely. And look what I got. The Archangels Oracle.
I love those. I love those. I'm going to find my archangels.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Angie, I'll let her know. General message about the weird dreams. Okay, Ness, I knew you had written something. There's only 22 cards in here, so we'll get the luck of the draw.
There you go. Okay. Angel prayers. I got my angel prayers out.
There you go. Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right.
And this is regarding her husband?
Well, no, this is about intense energies, but I believe it was you last night, Tammy, that was, or maybe it wasn't you. It was a Tammy asking about some help for her husband who was struggling. Was it you, honey? I can't remember. I'm so sorry. Was it you, Tammy, or was it another Tammy? Mm-hmm. My memory's not as good as it used to be. All right. So from the archangels, you get Gabriel. It was her. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. You get Gabriel, divine emergence. It's time to be seen. Don't be afraid to use your power and gifts. And I'm going to say that Tammy's asking for all of us. So all of us are ready. We are ready to divinely emerge, to use our power and gifts, and not to rely on others to do the work that you can already do yourself. So it's okay to ask. It's okay to engage others to assist. But remember, you've got the power that's inside you, and it's there. And it is going to become that thing that Zadkiel calls the karmic release. It's time to release what's holding you back. Step into your more radiant self. So how beautiful is that? It goes hand in hand. These two angels go hand in hand. And then I get enter the void. Wow. So Archangel Uriel is also here. And Archangel says, the void is a difficult place to step into because you're not quite sure what's going to happen. But we're living it. We're living in a void right now. So we need to step in this this intense energy into the portal and move forward into what it is we were meant to do. Thank you.
I love that. So I get what you get. The first thing that they're talking about is we need to make a leap of faith. Yeah. So we see all this going on the planet. This is kind of like the Fool, isn't it?
Yes,
like,
it is.
Just kind of jumping out there and knowing that we've got this, knowing that everything's going to be okay, and seeing things with joy and wonder, not necessarily. I mean, we've only got so much attention that we can put our things on. Like we can put it on the news, and we want to be aware of the news, right? But when we become tied to the news emotionally, which it's hard not to, but just watch it when you're doing that. Watch it with awareness. Use your inner power, your divine power. So, whether that's meditation or running, walking, art, journaling. Divine Father, thank you for co-creating my world with me. But yeah, I love that.
Is that Durga? Is that Durga?
No, that's Shiva.
Oh, it is Shiva.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
And then I get focus your mind. So grand design, right? Soul design. Yeah. So also there's the flower of life in there. So thank you, angels, for helping me to focus on my priorities. So do what you can do, but things that we can do nothing about, and there's a lot going on that we can do absolutely nothing about, but give it love and good intentions. And, people that are going through a really hard time, and they don't know that things aren't a different way for us. Like they might think that this is our man. He is a true American, or whoever else that's going on. He is drowning in his job. Yeah. Did Tammy, is his dad around? Because I keep getting in a male energy. Like his dad is around from the other side helping him with this.
Oh, okay.
But, if you can, just give him a lot of love around this, and this might be a time to make a change.
Going into the void. Yeah.
He
passed. Then he's around him.
Yeah, he's around him. Yeah. That's what I'm getting, a lot of male energy around him. And it's like he had something similar, maybe. And he's saying, learn from me.
Maybe. Yeah.
So, yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Okay. Now, let's see. Got Paul.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Cheryl. Got that. Ness.
Weird.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. No.
Okay. I had some weird dreams last night, and I'm curious what the read is.
Yes, you did. Thank you. No.
Oh, yeah. Tammy, he just started that job in October. Yeah.
I have to tell you, I started watching a show last night on Netflix, and it's about Hitler and all the rise and how it worked and what people did. And it's like watching what's happening right now. Everything about it. Everything is showing up. Everything.
Yeah. I was talking to somebody about that yesterday. I was talking to Kim. And we were talking about how charismatic leaders can be, even though they're deviants and they're, maniacal.
Yeah.
But they can be very charismatic.
Absolutely. People let him do anything he wanted.
Yeah.
Oh, I
then
did
they
watch
never
that.
released it.
I have watched Charlie Chaplin, The Dictator, and actually showed that to my students.
Oh,
The
really?
one scene where Charlie is saying, "I don't want to," something something. He's standing at the podium. Yeah, it was. I
Wow.
know. It is.
Wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Ness, I got here that what the dreams are doing is trying to keep you in the flow. In other words, trying to give you the information or have these weird dreams just to keep you tapped into the flow of your subconscious mind. And the fact that you surrender at nighttime is the best way for them to get a hold of you. So there's the nighttime and there's the flow again. The last thing is it all has to do with your purpose, every single bit of it. And I think from the times you're on the dream show with us, that each thing has shown you that you have this purpose. It keeps giving you a different part of the purpose to fit the puzzle pieces. So I think that's what this is all about. You did surrender. There you go, girl. That's what they wanted you to do. And now you're working on your purpose. That's wonderful. Okay.
Yeah. You are aligned right now. You've got unity. So like Aley was saying, everything's aligned. It's also a sword, isn't it? Archangel Michael's sword.
It is. Yeah.
Coming in again. So you're aligned and you're protected. You're like in a sweet spot, we might say. So walking through that golden portal again. So you got that open doorway. Kind of like the Fool card almost again. And they're talking about offerings. So I don't know if you're going to get an offer, if you need to give an offering. And sometimes, you guys, that's a really good way to create energy and what you want is to create an offering, like either leaving a bowl of water out, or, if your dad likes scotch, maybe a little cup of scotch. I mean, that's a real common one, or a cigar thing. And leave an offering for your guides. But it's like you got this divine law you're coming into. Yeah.
There you go.
Everything that you've been working for. And law, I think you should take that and be curious about the law part.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see it meaning multiple things too. Right? Yeah, a clarifier for the offering card is going to be how did I get the open doors again?
Oh, wow. Okay.
I mean, I pulled from the middle, but yeah.
The offering will open more doors.
Blue again. Yeah. I think it's new job opportunities or new business opportunity.
There you go.
So that's what it feels like. Yeah. Angie, are there any messages, please? And thank you. Angie. I won't do that. God, that was a beautiful song, wasn't it?
It was. Yes, you're beautiful.
Yeah.
So many beautiful songs were written, I believe, in the 60s, 70s, 80s. Honestly, maybe in the 90s, but I didn't really listen. Yeah, it's the Rolling Stones. Yeah.
Wow. Oh, that's right. Yeah. Carl's talking about The Dictator, by Sacha Baron Cohen.
I haven't seen that one.
Not watched that. Yeah.
That's not the one he did with Rudy laying on the bed, zipping up his pants. I hope not. Okay.
No. That one was pretty wild. I'll never forget that. Unfortunately, that is like burned into my brain. I'm like,
unfortunately, it's burned into all of ours, and along with the one of him dripping a hair dye in front of the landscaping company.
No, bless him. And it was the wrong company too, wasn't it?
It's because they said they were going to be at the All Seasons Hotel, but they said, oh, no, we didn't say that. We said the All Seasons Landscaping. They had to make it up. They had to find another All Seasons because they lied. That's why.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know we can't unsee it. I'm sorry, Cheryl. So, Angie, You are a divine channel. You work with your angels and guides to deliver messages that assist others on their spiritual path. And look at all the ways that there are these lights in the sky. So it may not be something that you are even aware of, Angie. What it might be is that this happens when you rest or sleep or you're in a meditative state, and other people are getting those downloads and that information from you without you even coming to your full awareness of it. And then you get the heart opening. What it's doing is opening up their hearts to your message. It says someone you know, it may even be you, is withholding love and creating an emotionally painful experience. So you need to stay with that heart center, stay with opening up your heart as you go through the day and the evenings. And finally, you get this message, and it's dream weaving. That's what I thought it was. It's dreams. Dreams create illusions, manifesting fantasy. Your destiny is seeking you. So you are dream weaving at night. And whether you remember your dreams or you don't remember them doesn't matter, because it's still happening, just so you know.
Yeah, I love that.
Mm-hmm.
So I've got 2 angels here healing. And I'm going to say that young woman is asleep there.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm thinking this is a dream healer. So, because I love what you were talking, ideas and inspirations. This is where you get them. Mm-hmm. So, maybe you don't remember them. You're not focusing on them, and that's okay. Because you still have the gifts in your lap. So a lot of times we won't remember what we dreamed, but we still get the downloads, right? We still get all the details about it. You might be at a crossroad right now. So it might be time to make a choice on something.
I love the raccoons.
I do too. They're so cute.
They are.
Cute. Yeah. And he's gifted. Yeah. I mean, it's a good choice, whatever it is.
Right.
Yeah. Very gifted.
Rocky
very
raccoon went into his room.
I love that song. Okay.
Oh. Those are Teri's cards. They're called "What We've Forgotten" by Amy Miranda. It's one of the most beautiful decks I've ever seen, and now a lot of people are using them. So they're on Amazon. You can find them, Cheryl. Yeah.
I think it was either Hypnicity or Ness that told me about him, because there's a card in here that looks just like George. I won't go through the whole thing.
Oh.
But I swear to God, George is in here, you guys.
George is in there.
Yeah, totally.
You're welcome, Angie. Yeah.
Let's see. So I think we've got everybody except Sue. Sue, may I please have a message from my mom? I haven't seen her in my dreams, but when I realize it's her, I'm conscious she's gone and cry in my dreams and wake up with wet tears, hard to reach her. Oh, honey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How long has it been, Sue?
And what's her name, Sue?
Yeah, what's her name? First name. It's fine.
Yeah, just first name.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I have the same thing happen, Sue, when my dad comes. By the time I wake up and I realize I've been with him, it's gone, and I get sad. But then I have to think, well, he was there. He was there in the dream, so he's coming to me. Oh, her name is Van. 12 years, like, yeah, I understand. My dad's been gone since 92, and that's a long time, but it isn't. It's a long time, but it isn't, because time is, you know.
Plus you're still connected too.
You are connected. You are. Yeah. Hi, Amanda. Is Dante still with you? I hope so. I hope you're having fun. Yeah.
That's right. She came on with Dante the other day.
Yes, she did. Yeah. Saw some pictures on Facebook.
So, Sue, she's showing me a heart necklace. And I don't know if that's because you guys are connected in your heart, or if you have a necklace, or that's where you feel her. But there's something about a heart that you wear around your neck. And you'll know what that means, she's saying. She's kind of in an old world dress, like either this could have been another lifetime that you guys were together, Sue, or it could also be just a long gown. And sometimes when people come from like the old, I like to call it the old world, right? And the old country, they come forward in this, but she's wearing a long dress and full sleeves, so kind of conservative, but elegant, very elegant. And she also is wearing a veil right now. That's how she's coming out. So I don't know what that means to you. Anyway, I'll pull some cards on it, but that's just what she's showing me.
That's nice. I like that.
Yeah.
So I was called to pull these cards, which is, she says, the fact that you remember like it was yesterday, and also the fact that when you wake up, you remember. She says, I don't want to make you cry. I really don't want to see you cry. I want you to be happy that we spent the time together. So she wants you to try to remember that when you wake up, that you have had some time in there, and that she'll continue to come back. Don't worry about it. She's never that far away. And she says, it may not be an abundance of visits that I make, but our times together are really wonderful, just as much for me as they are for you. She said, I'm really never far from your reach, so never worry. We are divinely connected, as certainly as mother and daughter, because mother and daughter, there's no disconnect ever. And finally, she says, I'm going to make a sunrise promise. And I love this because you said when you wake up, it's probably in the morning. She says, every morning when you wake up, remember it's a fresh day of new beginnings, optimism, and a new day is coming. And live in the present. She wants you to live in the present. She said, it's okay to miss me, but I do come to visit with you. And she says, I always will.
Oh, God, that's beautiful. So I pulled divine guidance. So she's definitely there at night, while you're sleeping. She's always around you. It's just an easier time for you guys to connect.
Yeah.
So something about studying right now. I don't know if you're taking classes, Sue, but she likes what you're doing. She likes the path that you're on. It's that rainbow path, right? So it's fully faceted. Look for her in nature as well. So I don't know if there was a place that you guys would go to, but it feels like it. And the whole self, she loves you, your whole self, but she wants you to be very present, like Aley said.
Yeah.
Be present in your life right now, because she's always up there. That's her. She's always with you. You can't see her, but she's always with you.
Uh-huh. I love her. She's wonderful, Sue.
She has beautiful energy.
Wonderful. Yes.
Yeah. Thanks so much, Sue. Well, thanks everybody here. That was fun. Fun. Mm-hmm. So, oh, yeah. So we are, what are you doing next, young lady?
I'm going to be on with Valerie Bradshaw, Illumination Portal tonight at 6:00, 6 Pacific, 9 Eastern time. And Teri's going to rock on down with some boogie woogie reggae.
That's right. I'm going to listen to the reggae tonight.
Excellent.
With Ladada. Yeah, for her birthday.
Hey, man, how you doing, man?
Hey, man, good man.
Irie.
Yeah. You're going to study baking for fun next year. Your mom was a big one.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Something about that. That's beautiful.
That's right.
She loves it. All right. Well, have a great week, everybody, or great week or night. We'll see you later.
Thanks for being here.